And the stadium erupting. Semantic already making a dash there with the Lily going into the realm. Immediately finds Milk Rio. Finds the upper hand as well. The heals from Luki weren't enough. He falls down, pushing more and Tensai then into the mid.
Tensai would love to step up, and now with Boss out of the way, that seems an easier achievement. Milkrio's returned to the fray, and now the barrage commences. Just chip damage, nothing to write home about, but it gives Crazy Raccoon a lead, and it starts to apply a little bit of pressure to Crazy Raccoon.
Boss will lick the map there with the oil, looking for that burn to deplete what the Juju can bring. Some damage onto the Crazy Raccoon stage, just the 4%. As a jump in from Milk Rio on the right, brings back some goods. He's in a good spot. Semantic is now in a tough position to choose. He goes then for Moya, gets the upper hand, and has been going straight towards the TR stage.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to all in here. Crazy Raccoon have a slim lead, but it's nothing that can't be remediated by Semantic. He, though, will stay in the corner. Generate super by proximity here to Milk Rio and Tensai, but he will be punished by the thrower. Boss still holds court in the center of the map and has cleared some of the grass, but not enough to limit Tensai's capacity. And a hypercharged super there from Milk Rio. Well timed. Safe down to 47.
Milk Rio got amazing value, but Semantic finds a two-piece. Boss coming from behind here. Burns the grass just a little bit, gets it onto the safe, most importantly, as Humble are behind in terms of the objective. Semantic into the realm, going to be coming out, made a few early swipes there, maybe a couple of signs of nerves coming through as Tensai stays alive at 403 DPS.
Gregory is doing some serious lifting right now. Tensai's made so much space off that super. Milk Rio, of course, with a damage reduction shield, is able to stave off Semantic, and Humble have been stuffed into a corner. Now, very, very far behind in this round.
Nicky can't find the taps on that right-hand side onto Milk Rio. Moya surviving there with the ego, as Semantic struggling to make a dent through this mid, but does find Tensai into the realm. Milk Rio and Moya ready for it. He goes for Moya, who's now earned a hypercharge, but now all three members of Humble take this mid. One, a super from Semantic. He finds the safe after two. There's a crack.
There's safe damage important, but that elimination even more so. Boss now with a hypercharge, can't quite make full use of it. Moya's going to burn down, and Gregory with some acupuncture on the safe. Going to make short work of Humble if they're not careful. Tensai will dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge away from the boss damage, and he'll have one last shot on the safe. That's all she wrote.
The difference maker. Luki has got a good brawler in his arsenal, but I feel like with his Byron, the taps just aren't landing as much as they need to. Semantic into the realm, going to come straight out onto Moya, gets the taps again. Heal falls with the heals come through. Semantic cycling, wonderful work between himself and Luki.
Good gadget there from Tensai, but not enough to keep him alive in the long run. And Luki was there to back Semantic up. Some good free damage here for Humble, but the moment they take the foot off the gas, the Juju just sets up in mid yet again. Not to mention when Gregory comes forth, it's going to be difficult for Semantic to get purchase. Important that Luki wins that side lane matchup, but isn't great attacking a safe on his own.
Semantic missing a super is a rarity. Luki putting some scrutiny into Tensai. The Moya on his right-hand side is really struggling. Semantic is targeting him every single time. He's got a hypercharge now as well. He's going to use it on the safe. The additional damage still there as the shots to the Juju can't really find the connection. Oh, the hypercharge will connect, but nonetheless, he's staying alive on the safe, getting fundamental damage.
Yeah, Semantic didn't want to pop into the Shadow Realm too early. He just wanted to save that damage for the safe. He attempts to bank the hypercharge off the wall, but it misses. It doesn't matter. Damage is damage, and Humble have that in spades. Moya's going to be forced to back away now, and Semantic is always looking for this Lola, but he's not quite close enough to get both those hits, and so Moya walks away.
Boss will lick the map up yet again. Milk Rio, despite the shield, will fall down. Moya on 149 HP, but a lovely TP with the ego. He stays alive in a good position, cycles it as well. And they actually get the pick up of Semantic as a result of it.
Semantic got completely stifled there. Tried to come forward on the Lola, but Moya had other plans. 50 seconds left in the round, and Humble have a healthy lead, but they need to get out of their side of the map. Tensai a little bit low. The bush cover's getting pretty limited, and Semantic finally is able to bring down the Lola. Diving in goes Milk Rio. Shield active. Boss falls, and Luki stuffed into a corner. Gregory alone is enough to count for the Byron, and Luki needs help stat.
He couldn't juggle his time between Milk Rio and the Gregory. Had to make a choice. Semantic will fall there as well, and I think wasted a hypercharge in the process. Important taps there from Luki on the right-hand side. Gets a good gadget on to Tensai, but he's still alive. Boss on the left-hand side is weak and weary. He needs some help.
Humble need a safe crack here to be truly comfortable in this round. Milk Rio is going to find some poke damage now on Humble's safe. It's down to 73. Luki's got to be wary, got to crawl away. Tensai shots are coming in to even his game up. 5 seconds left, and a Humble have a slim lead, but can they maintain it? 61 and counting. It looks like they've made it, but only just.
That first set came down to a second. They breathe a sigh of relief, but this set is far from over. Semantic just beelining this right-hand side, runs straight into Moya, and he goes down himself with the help of MilkRio. Boss there, still in the middle. We'll know now where he is, and Scott the Super, most importantly, burn that map down and make sure that you cannot get early value.
Boss here doing well to avoid these shots from Tensai, who's not really living his best life, being unable to play in the bushes for the time being. Still pressuring back this Amber. Semantic dives, looking for Moya on his emergence. Will find the Lola and get the better of her as well. Now for some damage. Semantic, these forays forward have been good for 6 to 20% of that safe health.
Boss doing a lot of work in this early moment. But it is just a narrow lead so far for Humble. Semantic looking to go again on the aggressive. He is so dangerous, but now Moya has the ego. Used again a gadget for the additional healing. There will be something the helping hand, but I think Semantic now looking again for Moya. Staying a little bit sneaky, but found out now. Now MilkRio can land the taps he needs.
Semantic was tracking the shield gadget from MilkRio there, knew that he actually didn't want to fight the Crow when he popped out of the Shadow Realm. So MilkRio's free there to take a trade. It's him for Lukey. Semantic back off free spawn, but Tensai's in a position to get some free damage. This game hangs in the balance. 4% separate these two, and Boss and Lukey need to get active to regain control of mid.
Yeah, Boss chose to go on the aggressive with his super early on rather than spurn the bush. That Choo-Choo gets some free damage. Boss on 52 HP, helping hand there from Lukey, keeps him alive.
What healing?
Moya's gonna burn. Semantic in the realm, MilkRio comes out on top, and Humble now will reclaim this mid.
Insane moment there from Lukey. Boss, by all accounts, should have been dead to rights there, but the Byron healing kept him standing enough to win out the exchange, and now Humble are on the front foot once more. Hypercharge Super explodes, a little bit of damage onto the safe, but more importantly, MilkRio's scout is taken. Tensai to step forward. Lukey needs to dodge these shots, and he'll be happy with a 1-for-1. Everything coming up Humble now. 25 seconds left in a round. A safe crack finally achieved, but Semantic needs to double back and defend.
MilkRio finds Boss on the right-hand side and is on the safe, getting damaged. Now his teammates join that mid. Tensai now for hypercharge. A massive burn from Boss to respond against it. 75% to save this cracked. They already need one more shot.
They're gonna get there.
And that's gonna be the one to steal it, surely. Crazy Raccoon will take the first set. Humble are immediately.
Again, the Humble takeaway. It's gonna be Semantic on Chester duty. Here goes our second set of this grand final. It's time for Pinhole Putt. Brawl Ball is our arena. And Humble are trailing a set.
Tensai low, the left-hand side. Nice gadget, back to the fixture. Will keep him in the mix on 664 HP. Boss still trying to find these consecutive shots. There's one onto MilkRio that will be very valuable. As Lukey stays firm here, the defense boost the gadget should be enough, and a great break just in the nick of time. A 26-second goal for Humble.
I don't know what Moya is doing. He's trying to zone one of these Humble players out of the back of the map. I think it's Semantic. He's just sort of standing there in the bush, making half of the Chester to get in, but the rest of Humble's team comp does really well against Crazy Raccoon. Without the Draco, you just don't have enough damage. Here's the dive, not a bad one, and of course the hypercharge sees the knives pierce and return. So it does at least enable a 1-for-1 exchange. Now that Think Super drop down will allow Moya to safely move into the middle of the map, but man, he's getting peppered down instantly.
This is much better from Humble. I love that from Boss. A great tap and it's brought his team forwards. Now Lukey picks up the supply drop. That will make him much more dangerous. MilkRio on the left, struggling a little bit. Moya trying to push through this mid. He's certainly going to get scrutinized for it. Semantic gets a lovely stun. Now it's MilkRio in a 1 versus 3. Weekend Warrior gets some value, but Lukey stays alive potentially for the pass-through.
Humble and map control. They have plenty of damage. Our concerns from draft have been alleviated. Gadget here now from Ruffs that's going to, again, clear the area around the ball. Allow for Lukey to heal himself back up. He came up second best of the couple of salvos from MilkRio's Jaeyong on the left. Of course, pop for MilkRio, a burst of speed, and attempting to throw out some damage, but here we go. Hypercharge Super comes on in. Semantic can make good use of that. Moya also licking his wounds after that supply drop connected, and Lukey is still alive, still standing. Here come Humble. Semantic's heard his hypercharge, but doesn't need to use it.
In the top 5 for me of the strongest hypercharges in the game. Draco's up there, no doubt about it, but it takes a while to earn it. Now, a different story. TR have a much better start now, pushing him back. Semantic will fall on that right-hand side, leaving just Lukey and Boss to defend. Lukey gets the ball, puts it into the side here, but Tensai will bring it straight back forwards.
Yeah, Lukey gives up his life just to make sure Semantic can still be relevant defending this push. And you see how good that Ruffs gadget is. Buys so much time. Lukey's able to get into the game. Humble are back to full strength now. When this Draco Super, without hypercharge empowerment, is pretty short range. He's going to go for it, though. Going to throw himself at those goals. Boss optionally opens up the map and simply has to walk away. He knows he's cooked.
Yeah, no choice. You can't really feed over more to your opposition. He knows there's nothing that he can do there. Has to come forward. They are still continuing this assault. Hypercharge drop down from Boss will get rid of all those boxes. A really nice position for him. Humble have got time on their side so they can defend this. And down goes Moya. That's a great opportunity for them to recollect, get Tensai as well. It's trickling down from this poison.
And slowly the map is starting to be opened up by these supply drops that Boss is throwing in. This favors Humble. They've got a better comp against this Draco if they can keep him at arm's length. Moya constantly ticking down, and this is not the optimal. Oh, wait! Okay, the poison ticking got him. That could have been dangerous. Last stand gave him a chance to stand and have a crack at goal. Humble will move into reinforce.
Really enjoying the pinch between Boss and Luki. Working together so harmoniously. But down goes Semantic immediately. This Draco is dangerous. These kills from the Ji Young are keeping Moya so much more in the mix. Boss shuts it down now, finally. Luki can't really close this gap. He's got to heal up first. Milkreal with the speed, trying to get Tensai into a position where he can make something of this ball. The time warp as well allows for a much easier juking scenario on this left-hand side. But again, still protected by Semantic, who's nice and healthy.
Okay, Moya's going to charge his way through. Nobody can stop this Draco. He is unstoppable. And a cheeky stop through from...
He needs to even the scoreline. If Crazy Raccoon get this set, it's going to put a lot of pressure on this next draft.
Moya again, not able to get to grips with Boss before he's taken down. There's a whole map for Boss to break open all over again. That's something that just takes time. The poke damage is good though. Fix out of the game, neutralized very early. Moya now with a super. No chance to even make use of the gadget. Now hypercharge on the horizon for Boss.
Semantic's in a fantastic spot here. He's got the slow as well. That radius now going to be working to his advantage. Nice steps into Moya. Semantic in a great spot, but Milkreal is still healthy. Tensai healing up now. Milkreal is going to be there to helping hand this defense. Luki has to jump. He can time it well. Get the minute down. Milkreal falls here as well. Semantic stays alive. The hypercharge of that Chester. It's going to be brutal, but he gets fallen down to Tensai.
Still, Humble were in a decent position, so it's just a loss of tempo for them, nothing more. Remember that Chester hypercharge can blow up some of this map. And Luki's taking care of it as well. Moya a little bit low. Thinking about the gadget, but no reason to make use of it there. Ball now in Humble's court. That's the hypercharge super from Semantic. Gives Tensai nowhere to go. Caught between a rock and a poisonous place as Luki finishes him with the knives.
Luki saves his super despite using the hypercharge. An interesting decision. I actually don't mind it. Moya is still so dangerous on this Draco. The last stand there will keep him alive just for a little bit of time. Tensai can't really do much here on his own. Peppered by Boss and Luki. Tensai also. Poison trickle over time down to 386 HP. As now Humble prepare a push.
They're being so methodical about this Humble, so careful. As soon as Milkreal pops a weekend warrior, Luki jumps away to safety instead. Now though he's going to have to pop his shield. He needs to stand and fight. He doesn't last long, I'll tell you that much. Boss also not long for this world. Semantic, does he have the damage to stop this? What a clear, but it's not going to buy him enough time. Milkreal drops the ball, and Luki is back on deck. Tensai, frustrated, will go down, and Humble are back in the game.
Unreal from Humble. They've got to turn that defense into a valiant offense. Luki has got the hypercharge, and if he can time this right, get maximum value, the weekend warrior of Milkreal might see his demise. He jumps away. He now has to earn it back. Tensai falls so quickly. Humble has got to hold on. I feel like with this comp, they do have the advantage in overtime.
Yeah, they want this overtime. They've been trying to break the map up all game, and now it's going to happen for them. Boss with a hypercharge super. Everybody with one in their hands on Humble's side, but here comes Moya. He is burning them to the ground. Outranged though by Luki as he is. Humble need to fight. Ball cleared, crossed to the right. Semantic with the invulnerability is going to be able to get it out of the way, but this is not enough. Not remotely enough from Humble. The world, they expect excellence. They expect a world champion. A Crazy Raccoon are having none of it. Tensai gets a blue star, but it's going to be punished with a hypnotize off the back. What a stun though. That is brutal. Luki could be able to drag himself away, but Humble are down by 1 star after that exchange.
Oh, an overextension there from Boss also on the left-hand side, and Tensai will pick it up. Luki now with the blue star. The Crazy Raccoon have the lead by 3. Semantic just lurking in the bush, waiting for someone from CR to overextend, but they're going to have to push forwards even more here. He's earned the super as well now. It's going to come in quite handy, but Milkry will have the knockback too. And there it is.
Not enough.
Spread against the wall and pushed forwards.
With the damage.
Lukey gets the cocoon off as well. And the Blue Star now with Humble. 7-star lead.
Semantic's going to be able to get away after that as well. The cocoon from Lukey was instrumental. They needed a lot of time to actually eliminate Milkrio through that shield. These Spiderlings, by the way, are actually very good. From all three brawlers, they're going to ask for a shot, and Semantic is going for it. This guy is unhinged. Solo runs down Tensai. Says, what's a two-time to a king? Beautiful stuff. Milkrio the next to fall, and Humble are looking like they're back.
I love that from Lukey and Semantic there. Ensuring that pickup is right at the cusp of the Charlie range.
Are they going to get to 20?
I mean, at the moment that CR are playing, it's so passive. And Semantic just keeps going in. Now he might be a bit overextending.
Too much.
Gonna fall down now. 8 stars to 14. Humble have got to be cautious here. They've got all stars above their head. 9 to my count.
Semantic's
more.
Semantic's hand got forced there by the Meeple Super. Had to go forward. Knew he would get just peppered with shots from behind that wall. And now he's got a hypercharge. That's a guaranteed connection off that Super. Well and truly, in we go. Semantic looking for a double hypnotize. He hits it. Jackpot for Semantic. And Milkrio back to the wall. 1 star away. Humble get to 20.
I loved how Humble did that. It's again not the strategy which I'm sure they were looking to implement. But they're adapting on the fly. Again, Bots overextending that left-hand side. Tensai going to be low, but no one there to contest it. And already, Moyes got the peak.
Semantic's healthy enough here to tank this, as is Lukey. Pete might be intended for the Byron. Boss has to pop that gadget to stay alive. Great footwork though, dodging from Moya. This guy with the mechanics taking space. As Moya's going to be forced back. No respect offered by Boss, but Lukey might have flown too close to the sun.
Yeah, tough there for Boss. Couldn't really have reacted much faster, but may have wanted to preempt it. Semantic does find the hypnosis connection onto Moya. He'll fall. It's going to be a trade out though. CR are still in the lead with 3 stars and the blue. And another peep coming in.
I'm looking at Captain Semantic to be the difference maker now. Coming off spawn with that super available. Can simply look to try and fight Tensai, but he needs a 3-star player. Would have to go after Milkrio and more. Even if Milkrio goes down, Crazy Raccoon will still have the blue star lead. This is quite the conundrum for Humble.
Bob really doing his best with these kills, trying to push forward. Just quite difficult into that nanny pick. Now low again, going to be forced out to use a gadget. Peep coming in, he's can't break on this left-hand side. Semantic going forwards though, but where is low? They'll find him. The blue star still with Crazy Raccoon now. Mike comes out, the cocoon goes down immediately. Humble have got the lead. A massive hill from Bust. Straight back to spawn.
And the men look so easy. Semantic simply wanders up in the direction of Crazy Raccoon and does the thing. Great cocoon from Lukey. Now Tensai tries to get forward, looking for an opening, but that Meeple Super gets used pretty deep on the map and can't be effective here. Here we go, once more, Semantic steps up. He needs that healing from Boss, and it's not enough to keep him alive. Humble might have thrown this away. Tensai trying to get a little bit of space, but Crazy Raccoon have a 2-star lead, and there's no way for Humble to regain it. Teetering on the edge, again a Humble. It's crazy.
3-time world champion.
There's echoes of 2021 for 2022. From Tensai in the spotlight, with the trophy in hand. To return to that spot, I'm sure means the world to the little genius. Now Crazy Raccoon just have to close this case. Humble though stand in their way and had a very decisive first round here on Hideout. They can't afford to take any undue risks. Semantic though still needs to be the aggressor, still has to come forward. Oh, that damage coming the way of Moy is going to force him back.
Yeah, Semantic has to go on the aggressive, but it's a really tough balance to find, depending upon these Byron heals. And again, this Meeple gadget, which is devastating. Good taps again from Tensai. He's earned the super, and now Humble can't use that wall. Just the blue star for now. Lukey again taking a lot of shots here. Kooky Popper as well, replying in chord. Boss still needs to heal up. Semantic might be able to time this and get something back to spawn, but it's such a tight position for Humble to play from.
It's the Meeple gadget that Semantic has to look out for. Tensai can knock him back and prevent him from getting close enough to find a big hypnotize. This is not a hypercharged super from the Ollie. Semantic has to be picture perfect in these next few moments. Humble need to fight their way back into the map, but right now they are being boxed in. The trash compactor begins to crush. Return to sender on the boss, doesn't bother him. Moya's starting to tick low. That's the opening for Humble. Now they can get that map control they've been sorely needing.
But one wrong step, and Humble are done for. They can't overextend now. They're just going to buy down the clock and hope for the best. Ensure a kill towards the end. As we approach the 15-second mark, CR are going to push.
It can't be over here. It just can't. Humble now to stand and fight for the right to continue to compete for the World Championship. 9 seconds left. Milkrio starting to pinch on the right-hand side. He pops his super 10 slide. Looking at Semantic. He's looking like a tasty morsel. In he goes. Able to get away as well with a super, but not to safety. Crazy Raccoon. The king of old has returned to claim his dues. From the dumpster to the throne. A rags to riches story. Stuck on repeat. Crazy Raccoon have ascended once more to godhood in Brawl Stars. A clean sweep of the 2024 champions. Humble with not a word to say.